What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. Today, we a little old school, live stream. Haven't been doing them that often, and we back on StreamYard, not the live, on OBS, where we have a couple more gadgets to play with. But shout out to Eagle Nation. Shout out to Notification Gang. Appreciate the love and support. Let's talk about some things. Of course, the biggest headline of today is the simple fact that the Eagles will not be penalized for the Saquon Barkley tampering, right? There were two teams that were accused of tampering, the Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins and the Philadelphia Eagles with Saquon Barkley. It took a while for it to trickle down to, okay, we're about to do this, about to do that. One was guilty, one wasn't guilty, right? So I said on my YouTube short that even if we were guilty, we didn't get caught. People think I'm saying we're guilty and I'm happy we cheated. No, I don't believe we cheated. Howie's too smart to cheat. That is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if he did cheat, Howie got that aura, that OG, that big pimping style around him that he wouldn't get caught. But again, we didn't cheat. We're a blue collar city. We're a do it by the books type. Howie Roseman ain't gonna cheat. He's going to cross his T's and dot his I's. That's why we got some of the best contracts in the league. Best contracts. We pay this. When people look at AJ's and Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson and Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts, $250 million, they're like, how does he do it? Doesn't cheat. Might think he's cheating, but he doesn't. He crosses the T's, dot the I's. Shout out to Notification Gang. I'm awake, are you? He's straight up in here. The first one said, hit that like button coming in. I ain't asked y'all yet. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We got almost daily content, videos, shorts, lives. Hit the like. It goes a long way. Shout out to everybody. Steven K, Trey, Philly 559, Bowl Brew, Kevin, Ronnie Coles, John Gray, Donnie 4, Little G, Griffith, Tyler, Eagle Nest, Mike Lowry, love it. Eagle Stewart, Phil, Tyler, Paul. Shout out to everybody in the building. Notification Gang, strong 81 in here before the 2-minute and 30-second mark. Much love and respect. Like I said, we're talking a little bit about Saquon Barkley, but the Eagles do have a lot of hard decisions. Having hard decisions in June, in July, is where you want your football team to be at, right? If every decision is easy, that means there's no competition. There's no iron sharpening iron. And pretty much the spots that are going to be given to people are probably not winning. It's not a winning team. If you know exactly who this person, if you know exactly where your guys are going to allow, not necessarily, I'm capping a little bit, right? Like, you can know you got studs at certain positions, they're going to take it and that and be a good football team. But the more hard decisions you have, the better. Now, there are some hard decisions on the Eagles that are hard for the simple fact that we could use more depth there, right? The Philadelphia Eagles ain't a finished product at June 13, 6/24. And the reason I put this stream up 15 minutes ago, that's one thing I got to get better at with my live streams. I got to schedule them an hour or two ahead of time. Can I let my people know? Oh, snap, it's only 2 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, Mike's going live, 4-hour notice. I gave y'all 15-minute notice, and we got a $108 in the building. Appreciate y'all. Was at the pool with the family, didn't know what time we were getting back. That being said, June 13th, 6:30, this ain't a finished product. The Philadelphia Eagles have $25 million in cap space. Every single rookie on the books. Everybody who's out there in OTAs, mini camp is on the books. And somehow we got $25 million. Now, Howie Roseman is known for going into the season with money in the bank. In case an injury arises, trade deadline, we're buyers. Shoot, if we're 8-0 at the trade deadline, we looking to upgrade this team. And if we're 8-0, do we really need to upgrade it? But there's no such thing as the perfect team. None. You always need depth. You can have, you know what? There is no such thing as the perfect team, but you can have a perfect team. And then in one strange week, the injury bug hits. What happens then? That perfect team simmers down a little bit. So you can always make your team better, for sure. That being said, I think a move's coming. Now, if you look around free agency, there's no big names out there. Justin Simmons still sitting on the board, but there's nobody out there that's like, wow. But the Eagles have been known to make trades. We heard a little rumor about Matt Judon. Not a real rumor, but speculation of like, Matt Judon could be on the move due to the New England Patriots situation. He wants more money. Eagles have enough cap space and are a contender to probably put him on the books. You know what I'm saying? So there could be a guy who's on a roster right now that Howie Roseman is just waiting for the right time to see if maybe his situation changes, if it's an easier move. But I think there's going to be something along the lines of, James Bradbury, when we picked him up, he was a free agent who lingered out. And yes, he did us justice in 2022. Justice in 2022. Not so much in 2023. However, CJ Gardner-Johnson was on the New Orleans Saints roster. CJ Gardner-Johnson was on the New Orleans Saints roster and didn't join the Philadelphia Eagles roster until August. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. It was a decent time. It was close to football season when we traded with the New Orleans Saints for CJ Gardner-Johnson. A big time move, a big time Howie Roseman move. And again, when you look across this Eagles roster, don't bring in another corner. Shoot, we're gonna have to cut a good corner. That is one of the hardest decisions the Eagles are gonna have to make, but it's good to have. You could throw in a linebacker to this group for sure. In free agency, you only got some of the guys that we already left out. Zach Cunningham is still out there. I know a lot of people won't be happy about it, but at the end of the day, he was decent when healthy. Don't want to go back to that route. But is there a linebacker on a roster that Howie Roseman ain't willing to reach out and grab via trade? You could say, well, why hasn't he done it already? Because situations change week by week in the NFL. You never want to rush to something that could be done in June for a third-round pick. Somehow, Howie gets it done in September for a fifth-round pick. And maybe Howie Roseman was waiting around to see what the tampering decision was. In all justice systems, football, criminal, you could be innocent and be guilty. You could be guilty and be innocent. You know what I mean? It's just the way the cookie crumbles, the way your team goes to work and whatnot. All that being said, I look at Howie Roseman's $25 million cap space. I look at the fact that the Falcons got a fifth-round pick stripped from them and a $250,000 fine. Now, see, although the Falcons were found guilty and lost a fifth-round pick, the NFL was going a little bug-eyed for the simple fact that a fifth-round pick ain't much. The last team who was via caught tampering, they lost a third, I believe, or they lost a better draft pick. So I think the Atlanta Falcons got off with a little slap on the wrist. Eagles, I plead the fifth, beat the case, found innocent. Saquon Barkley, gotta love it. So I think now Howie knows he got all his draft picks. OTAs are done. Little calm before the storm, training camp, joint practice, preseason, see where injuries stay, knock on fake wood, and we go about our business. But I do think you can address linebacker. I don't think you need a wide receiver. I think we have the wide receivers in-house. I'm talking two studs, 1A, 1B, and you already know AJ and Smitty. And I like the Campbell, John Ross, Anais Smith. Who's going to grab wide receiver 3 with Johnny Wilson as an extra outside wide receiver? Safety? I don't know. But you can never, I mean, look, right now, June, I believe in uh, Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff. I couldn't think of his name. I was about to call him Bryce White. Bryce Huff, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat, and BG. I believe in that group. But who's to say we couldn't add somebody? I'm just saying 25 mil is a lot of cap for Howie to go into the season with. He likes to be around 15, 11 for that possible trade deadline acquisition. But I don't know. This is a great question. D Love said, who's going to win the outside cornerback, though? You know, Slay to me is a lock. I think, honestly, this is Slay's last season as a Bird. I think the cap, the age, a new contract, it's all not going to line up. I think this is the last season we have Slay. Ringo's going to get an opportunity next year to be a starting outside guy. Heck, he can fight. But right now, I got Slay as one. And then it's like the competition starts. You got your first round pick in Quinyon Mitchell. James Bradbury. Is he a safety? Is he going to go for outside corner again? We wanted to move him to safety, but he got hurt. 3 days of mandatory minicamp, and he was hurt all 3 days. I think it's Slay for sure on one side. And then the real competition is Mitchell, Rogers, Ringo, and Bradbury. Nobody else will start outside by week 1, 2, and 3. Now, by week 1 and week 3, we could change a little. But the competition is between Bradbury, Mitchell, Ringo, and Rogers. By the Eagles trying to move Bradbury to safety, let's move him out of the conversation. Now the conversation lies. Youth, more youth, and a semi-veteran, a veteran who missed a year of football. But I still like the competition. When you look at mandatory minicamp, there's arguments for both camps. Ringo was the best corner in mandatory minicamp. Nah, bro. Isaiah Rodgers was the best rookie and mandatory corner in mandatory minicamp. There's been articles written about both. They were the top two. Let's just leave it there. Now, Slay wasn't trying to do Slay got his on lock. But I think with Bradbury moving to safety, that's your competition for outside. Mitchell, Ringo, and Rogers. Inside competition. Maddox, Cooper DeJean, Tyler Hall got first team reps, underrated. Sean Stevenson. Could Eli Ricks try to slide there to get some play? Could Isaiah Rodgers, if he doesn't make the outside corner, slide there, say, you know what? Y'all not going to start me outside. What about inside, bro? I got the versatility. I like Eli Ricks. I think he's a better outside corner. Hope he lands on his feet. Hope he makes the roster somehow. Hope he finds what's best for him. But, man, it's going to be tough. Now, I know a lot of Eagle fans are going to be mad if, like, Bradbury's lingering around and we lose a guy like Eli Ricks or something like that, which makes sense. But if I had to narrow it down, if the Eagles are going to try Bradbury on the at the safety position, Ringo, Rogers, Mitchell, I would love for the first round pick to say, look, shout out to Keely Ringo, 4th round pick who's seen the game differently in year 2. Shout out to him. Shout out to Isaiah Rodgers, missing a whole year, coming back strong. But I'm Quinyon Mitchell, Eagles first round pick, first corner picked in the first round ever in the Howie Roseman administration. Put some respect on my name. I'm going to get that starting spot. I would love for him to do that. Talking trash to A.J. Brown. That route was trash, although he admitted it was a good route, just try to get in his head and whatnot. I love it. But Isaiah Rodgers is going to be on this team. Don't know where, don't know how, don't know how much PT, but he's a lock to make the roster to me. I'm going to be dropping my 53-man too early prediction for the roster in the next couple episodes. So make sure you have that bell rung. Didn't drop a regular video today because I was out with the kids. Tomorrow, we'll be back with the regular schedule program, and I'm going to try to throw in at least 2 to 3 live streams a week to talk with y'all. But the outside corner, inside corner are both deep. You got multiple good answers, inside and outside, and that's where training camp, joint practice is really going to be. We going to see who rises to the top. Who rises to the top. I'm awake. Are you? Said Vic actually wants Mad Dog playing safety. We'll see what happens. Look, at the end of the day, the safeties I think who are going to start is Reed Blankenship and C.J. Garner-Johnson. I do think Cindy Brown will be rotated in a lot. And if an injury occurs anywhere, I think that's why they're also putting Avonte Maddox at safety, right? They ran him a couple series, a couple reps at safety, possibly moving to Bradbury to safety. So maybe we're not looking for a safety. Again, when I talk about the cap space, you can always add to a pretty strong group to make a group stronger. The only group we should not be adding to, because it's just already loaded, is corner. Who's winning the other linebacker spot? It's Devin White and company. You know what I mean? Like, Devin White is a lock for one of the linebacker spots. Us playing 3-4, we're going to have a lot of linebackers. But again, in a 3-4 system, you still only have 1 or 2 traditional linebackers on the field. The other linebackers are extra pass rushers, extra guys that you can do different things with, right? Drop in certain zone areas when needed in a 5-man front. Rush the passer in a 5-man front. So when you look at our linebacker group, you think of Devin White, Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond, and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Zach Bond was supposed to be a specialty guy, but now he's going to probably be a starting linebacker because Nakobe Dean either can't do it, I believe he can, we'll see, or he's just getting back and they're slowing him through. All that being said, you got Julian Okwara, Oren Burks. You got guys who I don't think they're going to use as traditional linebackers, but as specialty pass rushers. You got Jalix Hunt, pass rusher / linebacker. So when you look at the linebackers that when they get on the field, they might drop back in coverage. Jalix Hunt dropped back in coverage in college. So did Julian Okwara with the Lions. So did Oren Burks. So these are going to be extra linebackers that can drop back once or twice, but also rush the passer. So if in 3 weeks, I don't know how many snaps they're going to get per game, but if you got Julian Okwara, 15 snaps in 3 games, 15, all 3 of them get 15 snaps. 11 of them are going to be rushing a passer. 3 to 4 are going to be dropping back. Then you got Devin White rushing a passer too. But again, if you ask me right now who I think is going to win it, this is a key position with the $25 million in cap space that I honestly believe there's not a free agent out there that's going to make us happy, but there's a guy on a roster. He's sitting on the roster. Man, season's about to start. I'm going to be a Cleveland Brown. I'm going to be a Baltimore Raven. I'm going to be a Chicago Bear. I'm going to be a Los Angeles Ram. No, you're not, because you're sitting on that roster right now. But Howie Roseman's already been plotting. He knows we're not getting hit for the Saquon Barkley tampering. We clear. We beat the case. I plead the 5th. Now he's going to make a move. Late July, August, linebacker coming. But right now, Devin White, Nakobe D, Devin White, Zach Bond with Nakobe D rotating in. That's just what I think. I'm going monkey see, monkey do type thing. You know, I seen it. That's not a hot take. Hot take would be saying Nakobe Dean starting over. Even though prior to all this, Zach Bond love from Vic Fangio, I fully believe that Nakobe Dean was going to get the first opportunity, and he still might. He just got back from a Liz Frank. But if I'm going to go off camp and try to play the betting lane smart, N'Kobe Dean, Devin White, Zach Bond with rotating N'Kobe Dean. Shout out to my guy Jose Serrano with the $2 super chat. First one of the day. Haven't went live in a minute. Appreciate you, Jose. He said Trotter was a great draft story, but does he fit? Yeah, I do believe he fits because what I said in not my last video, but the video before last. I said Devin White told Vic Fangio he wants to blitz. And it's interesting to me that when I watch Jeremiah Trotter's Clemson tape, people don't talk about, they talk about how he's undersized and can he run. And some people think he's not that great of a cover linebacker, although I think he's underrated as a cover linebacker. His interceptions speak volumes anyways, but he's a very good blitzing linebacker. I think, especially when you have big D tackles, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, and being an undersized guy like N'Kobe Dean, when you got Jordan Davis holding two guys up, being a nose, guys like N'Kobe Dean and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. can find them gaps. They're quick twitches, maybe not long fast speed, but quick twitch, and they can get at the quarterback. I like his blitzing ability. And Devin White says, if you show Vic something, he's going to use you there. And I think that is where we could use Jeremiah Trotter. Now, again, he's 21 years old. He's one of the youngest players on the roster. We don't need Jeremiah Trotter to come in and be the man right now. Would it be great? Yes. But we got Devin White to be the man. You got N'Kobe Dean going into year 3. You got a guy in Zach Bond who I don't know why, but Fangio loves him. And if he loves him, I think Fangio knows a little bit more football than I do, so I'm going to rock with it. Zach Bond was a 3rd-round pick out of Wisconsin. I was upset back in that draft that we didn't look at him. Now, he ain't played much in New Orleans, but New Orleans is always loaded at linebacker. If he didn't play much on a team like the Eagles at linebacker, then it's concerning. But over there in New Orleans, they got veterans who are dogs for days. So maybe he just couldn't find a spot on. But I hear you. I do. When you hear Jeremiah Trotter Jr., you first think about the story. The football accolades and what he did at Clemson and how he could fit in the Eagles defense and what we're going to ask him to do in year 1 comes second-handed. But you're right. That's the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind. But I do think just because of the story so good, he's getting the short end of the stick. I had him pegged as a 4th-round linebacker. We got him in the 5th round. And, sometimes I do believe in legacies passing down. Now, just because your dad was a good football player don't mean you're going to be. But we've seen it a lot of times. CMC's father played in the league. Joey Porter Jr. Just had legacies do. Patrick Surtain, now I'm not saying he's going to be as good as these guys, but we'll see where it goes for sure. If we have to count on him like big time this season, well, then Dean's been a super buzz. Zach Bond, I don't know what he showed Fangio, and we didn't make a move, but I do think there's a linebacker sitting on a roster right now. There's a linebacker that's not in Philadelphia that's going to be in Philadelphia. Shout out to my guy, Green Wingman with the 20. I repeat, $20 banger. If I had some Crown Rizzy, I'll get busy. But, we not watching the Eagles play. It's not Sunday. I can't wait. What is it, 12 Sundays? We're close to Sunday. So once this Sunday past 11 Sundays until we're watching Eagles football. My guy, Green Wingman, appreciate the love and support. He said defense will be way ahead of the offense at the beginning of the season. Older, established players have been in multiple versions of Fangio's concepts under Gannon and Desai. Now they have finally acquired the Godfather himself. And that's perfectly said. The Godfather himself, right? We got all these knockoffs. Now, credit Gannon. The 2022 season, regular season, Gannon's defense, number 1 in pass defense, 70-plus sacks. I can't discount I can't discount it. Still upset about the Super Bowl. Will always be upset about the Super Bowl. One stop. But we got the Godfather himself. So adjustments that weren't made under the Fangio scheme that should have been done first quarter, second quarter, early. He has the experience of switching in and out of what he needs to get done adjustment-wise. And so Who better than the Godfather himself? And I do agree that you're installing, according to Jalen Hurts and company, 95% new offense. Now it's going to be a better offense, right? Motion. We're bringing the Eagles offense to the 21st century. You know what I mean? With motion. We also don't bringing it back because I think we're going to be under center a lot more. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be under center half the snaps, but last year we were only under centered 14 times. Just say the Eagles offense had 60 snaps. Jalen Hurts was on the field for 60 snaps times 17. That is over 1,000 snaps. 1,000 snaps. And we were under center for 14. 1,000 snaps. And we were under center for 14. And I bet you I didn't do the due diligence on this. But in them 14 snaps under center, I bet you we ran 11 of them. We probably ran the ball 11 of them. So the predictability, oh snap, Eagles don't show up under center snaps. They must be running it, and we probably did. Probably fell right in their hand. And just think about that. All the predictability, no under center, no motion, and the Philadelphia Eagles collapse 6 weeks. For 6 weeks, but had a number 8th ranked offense. So the Green Wingman's point, got the Godfather himself. You're not changing the defense. You're tweaking the defense. Veteran players on the team, tweaking the defense. The defense should be ahead of the offense. And guess what? We're not just making this up. Green Wingman, smart guy, but he didn't just make it up. We saw it in OTAs. Jalen Hurts, people are upset with his interceptions. Every single week, every single day of the mandatory minicamp, we heard what group won. The defensive group won. Defense won. Not saying the offense didn't make plays. They did. But the defense was the better group. Why? Everything that Green Wingman said. Tweaking the defense, learning an offense. But guess what? We have more questions on defense than we have on offense via talent and playmaker skill positions. And that's why I say the offense going to take some time, but when it gets rolling, what did Jalen Hurts say? Rain, sleet, snow, Eagles train to go. Shout out to my guy Green Wigman, been rocking with the channel for a long minute. Haven't done a live stream in a minute. Appreciate the love and support, my guy. Jung Money coming in with a $2 super chat. Tell me the league screwed. Tell me the league scared without saying they scared. I mean, they tried to get us with the tampering thing, but Howie Roseman, big pimping himself, got out of it. Maybe he didn't just get out of it. Maybe he never did it. Whatever the NFL thought we did, we didn't do. But the league should be scared. You got a team that's learning a new offense that has playmakers galore. Add Saquon Barkley, $25 million in cap space still. We're not going into the season with $25 million in the pocket. 10, 15? Sure. I don't see the Eagles adding another offensive lineman, wide receiver, tight end. If we add anybody, it's a safety, a linebacker, a pass rusher. The league should be really scared. The NFC, I think, in itself is going to be tough, right? Eagles are going to be a contender. Niners are going to be pretty good. Lions should be pretty good. I want to see what the Rams are doing. Chicago looks interesting if Caleb Williams can have a CJ Stroud-esque season. Who else? No, I ain't forget the Cowboys. we leaving them alone. But yeah, tell me the league scared without saying they're scared. And again, the Eagles have some hard decisions, but I wouldn't want it any other way than having hard decisions that can turn into championship winning decisions. Real quick, shout out to the 274 people in the building. Let's hit that like button. How many likes we got? We trying to get over 100 likes real quick. You know, the like button does wonders for YouTube itself. Can we? I don't know what's going on with my phone. Could we get it to 100 likes? I don't even know how many likes we got. Start over. Let's go back and eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. What? We got, I don't even know why it won't let me go on to it. I think we got over 100 likes anyways. Michael said trade Bradbury for Hassan. Reunion would be funny as bleep. Yeah, it would. And again, Hassan did come out on Twitter talking about, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody jumping to conclusions, this, that, and the third. Look, all I know is this. We traded Hassan Reddick for 100. I said for 114. We traded Hassan Reddick for a third-round pick in 2026. I was sick. I thought he would never hold out in Philly, and maybe he wouldn't. But so far, it don't look like he's going to play for New York unless he gets a new deal. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That third-round pick in 2026 is still far away. But we did still Bryce Huff. We did get Mekhi Beckham. So the Jets did give us some things. They didn't give it to us, but they let us acquire some things, I should say. And they got to pay him. I would love for Hassan. I didn't want him to go. That'd be crazy if that happened. Shout out my guy Philly Laz with the $2 super chat. He said Trevor Lawrence just got 55 mil a season. Dak's next. Hold up, for real? Oh, there it is. What? Wow. Trevor Lawrence. Ching! And the Dallas Cowboys dropped the bag again. What's Terrence Parsons going to be saying? Yeah, that was funny. I was low-key listening to LB's stream when he said he waiting for the leaves to fall. An oak tree fell. He said an oak tree fell when Justin Jefferson got paid. Jefferson paid. CeeDee Lamb not paid. Now Trevor's 55 mil. Hold up. Let me read this. Shout out to Philly Laz coming in. Philly Laz is the Adam Schefter of the chat, right? We all talking Eagles news. He come in, Adam Schefter. Breaking news. Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence reached agreement on a 5-year, $275 million extension, including $200 million guaranteed, $142 million as signing per source. These young boys getting paid before Dak. Trevor Lawrence is already 4th all-time in Jaguar history in passing yards. Wow. But is that what it equals? That's what it equals, 55 mil a year? Dak Prescott. Yo, I saw a tweet that I was going to put in my video today, but I didn't make a video because I went to the pool with the kids, but it will be in tomorrow's, probably at the end. You know, they're just talking about all the guys the Eagles locked up and how all the Cowboys' main core just sitting there waiting to get a bag for them. And, you know, the Eagles and Cowboys organizations, just the ebbs and flows are just so different. And it's time we we just need to start beating them bad. Like, regular season wins, like we ultimate goal is to get in Lombardi and win playoff games, right? We know that, and they don't do that. But man, we got to start putting them in their spot in the regular season too. So none of these people can talk to us. I need to sweep this season. They fall apart. Maybe don't make the playoffs or one and done, and the Eagles go about their business like they did in 2022, but finish. And then from there on, I need 3 to 4 years of us just dusting them off. We need the Cowboys to turn into the Giants. And right now, Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Zach Martin, like guys who should be getting money, should be getting extensions. They not. But shout out to our own Adam Schefter, Philly Laz. I wasn't looking at Twitter or nothing, but man, he got paid. And I can't believe he's already 4th in Jaguars history. It goes to show they got no quarterbacks over there. I love where the Eagles are at. The Eagles are at a good spot where winning is very possible and very likely now and later, right? You got your teams who are like the Cowboys window is this year only. And the window's they think their windows this year because of where their contract. At the end of the day, let's just keep talking about the birds, right? The way Howie Roseman set up the Eagles with their contracts. Saquon's going to be on a team not just for 1 year through 2026. Brown 2028, Smitty 2028, Hurts. What is Hurts up to? Hurts 2028 to 2026. I'm not sure. Like Malata through 28, Dickerson through 28. Like we're in 2024, and that's what matters. 2024, but we got core players through the next 4 to 5 years. While we're sitting with $25 million in cap, the cap is only going to rise. And Jeff Lurie is an owner who allows Howie Roseman. We always give all the credit to Howie Roseman for crossing the T's and dotting the I's. But who allows him to? Howie Roseman could come up with a strategy to get this guy, and keep him on a contract. But Jeff Lurie could say, that's a little too much, bro. I'm not trying to pay that much, but he'll do whatever it takes. Dak is punching the air right now. Sick. Just this offseason, CeeDee Lamb, watch Smitty, AJ, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Justin Jefferson. CeeDee watched 5 receivers get paid. Some who came in the league after him. Dak Prescott just watched Trevor Lawrence get paid. Who else? Name me all the other quarterbacks that got paid this offseason. Cousins got a bag in a trade or the signing. Like, sheesh. Micah Parsons watching the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen coming off a 17-sack season. He gets a bag. So pass rushers, wide receivers, quarterbacks getting bags, but none in the big star. None for the big star. That's crazy. Good crazy. The crazy that we love. All can't be like the Eagles. Sunny Coast said, thank Lurie for those contracts. He's able to pay those bonuses. Facts, right? Money on the back end, money in signing bonus, money spread here, money spread there, money in offshore accounts. I don't know nothing, right? Howie crosses the T's, dot the I, but Lurie allows it. Donnie Ford said, Cowboy fans in shambles. That's exactly where we love them to be. Exactly where we love them to be. Bang Eagles Bang said, would you believe that we are going to sweep the Giants, Cowboys, and split with the Commanders? It could happen again. Every single contending team, right? If you have Super Bowl aspirations, you're going to slip up against a team that you're better than. Chiefs, Niners, Eagles, we've all done it. The Chiefs lost to the Colts before the Colts got Anthony Richardson. Niners lost to the Raiders a year or two ago. Eagles lost to the Commanders when we went to the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback playing. 1 week doesn't define a team. It's really any given Sunday, and it happens more in the NFL than any other sport. Upsets, right? That being said, one bad loss ain't going to stop the fact that the Eagles are winning 13 or 14 games. Like, we're not winning any less than 12. So right now, if you go to Vegas lines, the over-under is what? 10 wins? Smash the over. Get that money. Real quick, shout out to Jules for becoming a YouTube member of the Philly Talk podcast. Appreciate the love and support, Jules. Hey, we're going to have a very, very fun season. Videos almost every single day. We're going to start. I've been dropping videos every day, minus the weekends, but I freed up more time on the weekends too. So videos daily, YouTube shorts, and we'll be dropping a couple lives here and there. Green Wingman said, here's a thought. Dallas is going to let Dak walk after the season, knowing that there are no teams left for him to sign, and he has to crawl right back to Jerry and take a team-friendly deal. That's an interesting thought, but here's the thing. There's always teams looking for quarterbacks. And say what you want about Dak Prescott. Maybe he's not in your top 10, top 12, but there's still 10 teams that would take Dak Prescott in a heartbeat for sure. They'll get rid of their guy, they'll move their guy, they'll do something. Dak will always find a spot. But do you know the main reason I don't like Dak Prescott? The main reason I don't like Dak Prescott is because he's a cowboy. The dude is a very, very genuine, nice guy. But he's a cowboy. That's why I don't like him. Jules said, no doubt. Shout out to you. K Mom in the house. What's going on with you? Millie Free said, Dak isn't a champion. He's more of a businessman. Hey, all about the Benjamins. I ain't mad at it. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys organization is one of the most richest organizations. Is the richest organization, but as long as they keep worrying about the dollars and not worrying about winning, that's fine with me. May the Jones family stay in charge forever and never and never and never. All that good stuff. Fishing cars, what's going on? It's been a while. Hey, again, I haven't been live in a minute. I've been dropping so many videos. I haven't been able to find time to go live, but you know what? We're going to be able to go live and drop videos because I do love connecting with y'all. You know, I try to hit some of the comments back and whatnot, but it's better to talk with y'all live for sure. AMAC said Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean looking pretty good. Again, maybe they're not having the ultimate role week one. And who knows? I think as much as we're trying to get every single detail from mandatory minicamp and OTAs, guys only wearing shorts, there's still a whole chapter, 3-4 chapters to be written prior to the season starting, right? How does Quinyon and Cooper DeJean look with pads on when they're in joint practice with the Patriots and they're not going against AJ and Smitty and they're going against other guys who are talking trash? And now because they're talking trash, it hits a little differently and blah, blah, blah. So I have a feeling that somewhere, somehow, these guys are getting on the field in 2024. Is it a starting role week one? Is it a rotation week 3? Is there an injury? Or did they just show out and show up one day? But they will get on the field. I wholeheartedly believe it. Their talent is undeniable, right? We've seen Vic Fangio throw out the dime look, right? Slay, Rodgers, 2 outside corners, Maddox, Quinyon, and Big Dime. We've seen Cooper DeJean slip into the starting lineup at the nickel position. Who knows? Maybe we don't show to him as a safety into the season. Or maybe we don't. Hey, he was talked about getting some reps at safety. Didn't get it in minicamp. Maybe we wait to training camp. There's so much that hasn't been written via the Eagles 2024 season that we will find out. If we thought we learned a lot in minicamp and shorts and t-shirts, we're going to learn a lot more in training camp, joint practice, preseason. Cooper DeJean lining up in the preseason versus, I don't know who we played. The Patriots won these games. Tackling, hitting, NFL speed. Now, again, these preseason games, they're not going against the creme de la creme. They're going against their preseason guys and whatnot. But so much is still to be learned about this defense. We know Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens. We know A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. We know that. We know Slay. We know CJ. We know Devin. We know the starting lineup and the pass rush. Maybe. Right? Maybe. But who's next to Devin White? Who's next to CJ Gardner-Johnson? Who's next to Slay? The biggest questions on the defense, and these rookies are rookies. You got some veteran players, some second-year players who are stepping up. The 2 best corners in minicamp, shorts and t-shirts, Ringo and Rodgers. That's not going to stop Mitchell and DeJean from trying to get theirs too. So many good questions to have. So many good questions to have. Brian B said, come on, 200 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it to 200 likes. We got 337 in the building. Let's get it to 300 likes. How you feel about the Saquon Oh, man. It makes me want to run through a brick wall. You know what? For everybody who didn't see it, let's just pull it up real quick. Listen, you got to follow me on Twitter because I'm always talking Eagle stuff when I'm not live or not dropping the video. I'm still talking Eagles 24/7. You know what I mean? So you got to follow me on Twitter, all right? My Twitter is right here. It is. Follow me on Twitter because I'm always talking on there. But yes, when I saw Saquon Barkley uniform video, I tweeted it and said, you woke a monster. You woke a monster. That's the first thing that popped in my head. This guy ran on a Giants team, bad offensive line, no skill position, zero. Darren Waller retired because the Giants suck. He retired because he'd rather not play football than finish his contract with the Giants. I'm just kidding. Maybe he had other things. But that's what I'm thinking. He don't got one wide receiver to take the pressure off him. He don't just got two wide receivers to take the pressure off him. He has three pass catchers to take the pressure off him because Goddard is a tight end, but a pass catcher. A better line, a better quarterback. Sheesh. Let me just pull out this uniform thing before I just keep talking. For those who haven't seen it, I think they probably shared it on their YouTube short page. But man, did I like this. He just comes out looking like a monster. Let me zoom in a little. Can I zoom in? Let me move down. Sheesh. Do y'all hear any music playing? Let me know if y'all heard any music playing and whatnot, because hopefully y'all didn't, and I don't want the music to be playing. But look, my man coming out like he is about to tear up the league. And again, we've been at Saquon since March. I just don't think we understand what this guy's going to do because we haven't had a running back in his tier. Good, because there's music on this clip, and I don't want to play it. But we haven't had, shout out to Miles Sanders, 1,300. Shout out to Swift over a stack. And we didn't really utilize them. But we didn't pay him enough to utilize them. We paid him to utilize him. And under Kellen Moore, Ezekiel Elliott had 71 targets twice. Kellen Moore with the Dallas Cowboys threw the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. Now, look, Ezekiel Elliott in his prime was a really good running back. No ifs, and or buts. But was he top tier pass catching at the running back position? No. He wasn't one of them pass catching dual threat running backs. He's a big dude you hand the ball to. If Kellen Moore threw the ball to Ezekiel Elliott 71 times in 2019 and 2021, Kellen Moore threw the ball to Zeke 71. He's throwing to him at least 70. And if he throws to Saquon 75 times, he catching 55 of them, Jones. Listen, drop in the chat right now how many all-purpose yards. Now, look, I understand. A.J. Brown won 1,500 yards receiving. Devontae Smith is going to be over 1,000. Dallas Goedert want to finally get over 1,000. But he going to get his share targets too and rushes. All-purpose yards, receiving, combined with rushing. Let me know what Saquon is going to do. Drop it in the chat. I ain't been live in a minute with y'all. Let's go. Saquon looking monstrous, though, coming out. Monstrous coming out. First one, 17 to 1,800 all-purpose yards. I'm thinking he's talking about 1,300 on the ground, 500 through the air. Sign me up. 1,300 on the ground, 500 through the air. Sign me up. He's looking like a monster. All I said on this tweet is you woke a monster. Let's see if we can show it. There it is. You woke a monster. That's just what I said. Follow me on Twitter, though. Follow me on Twitter for sure. At Philly_Mike 25. 1,800, 1,500, 1,900 plus, 1,700. I like it. I like it. I'm talking all purpose, receiving and rushing. You know what I mean? Oblivion coming out with that 2K. Sheesh. Love to see it for sure. But everybody got to eat, and everybody will eat. Everybody got to eat, and everybody will eat. 1,750, 1,700. Devontae 12. Oh, AJ 1,700. Devontae 12. So AJ 1,700 receiving. Devontae 1,200 receiving. Barkley 1,700 not receiving, but all purpose. And Goddard 800. That is the number one offense in the NFL right there. If that happens, it's the numero uno offense in the National Football League. Jules says 1,700 for Barkley. Joe said 1,750 combined, and only because he has that share the rock. Gotta share the rock. Antonio said, can't wait to wear my Kelly Green or white Saquon Barkley. Yo, you know what we gotta do? We gotta give a Saquon Barkley jersey away on the channel. That's what we're gonna do. Within the next couple videos, make sure you got that notification bell hit, because somewhere in the middle of the video will be the rules to enter. It's a free one. You don't gotta pay no super chat. There's gonna be some things, but we definitely gotta give away a Saquon Barkley jersey, and whoever wins can pick the color. Kelly, midnight, black, white. We gotta get to that. Goddard is the forgotten man. He is. Luckily, Kellen Moore utilizes tight ends. And Millie Free, I don't know if you saw my last video. Hold on. What video was it? It wasn't yesterday's video, right? Hold on. Let's see. Nah, it wasn't yesterday's video, but 2 days ago, the video that I talked about the Jalen Hurts drama, I showed the tweet of quoting Dallas Goedert saying something like, in Kellen Moore's offense, we're going to get so many quick throws to the tight end and the running back, but he also knows that his number is going to be called. Dallas Goedert's number is going to be called differently this year. He got to make the most of it, but he also got to stay healthy. AMAC said, can we get Mike to 60K subs? Listen, we closing in on 54K. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We got 53,700. We got to get to 60K before the season starts. Like, that got to be the next goal, I guess. 60K before the season starts. Goddard 800 yards, 9 touchdowns. Hey, I would love for us to utilize him in the red zone for sure. Brian said I would be happy if Barkley gets 900 yards rushing. Nah, he about to go. He got 900 yards rushing. We had Miles Sanders at 1,300. We had Swift at 1,150, 1,200. I know we're missing Kelsey, but he got to get more than that. Vaughn said, did you hear about the Jaguars quarterback getting a huge bag for being mid? Yeah, that's crazy. But shout out to Trevor Lawrence. That only puts the Cowboys organization in more of a tighter grip. Pause. At the end, they're in trouble. Wide receiver market has skyrocketed due to the 5 receivers that got paid this offseason. AJ Smitty, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Justin Jefferson, and now quarterbacks going up. Sheesh. 50 plus million, 55 million, if I'm not mistaken. 55 mil for Trevor Lawrence. Dak Prescott, like, bro, what are we really doing? Like, what are we doing? And I'm here for it. And I love it. Absolutely. I love it. James Taylor just became a member of the Philly Talk podcast. Appreciate the love and support, my guy. Kyle said, I think we need another pass rusher. Listen, if you check my video out 2 days ago, I talked about this speculation of a Matt Judon coming to Philadelphia, linebacker / pass rusher, right? We complain about our linebackers. Matt Judon kills 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 birds, 1 stone with Matt Judon. He can drop back and cover as a linebacker, and he can rush the passer. In 2021 and 2022, I'm not counting 2023 because he was a little banged up. But in 21 and 22, this dude had a combined 28 sacks. 2 years, 28 sacks. Why do the Patriots want him chasing quarterbacks on a 5-win team? Why would the Patriots want him chasing quarterbacks on a 5-win team? Big bag and all. If the Eagles can finagle a trade for Matt Judon, he helps out in a 3-4 system at linebacker. He can rush the passer he might be our best pass rusher. Probably would be. That's not saying what next level Bryce Huff goes to. Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat still here, even though I don't like the number 19. Judon is our best pass rusher. If he signs tomorrow, if we trade for him tomorrow, not to say we don't got good ones, Nolan Smith is going to be better than a lot of people think. I still think a lot of people are doubting Nolan Smith. And again, got to see it before you put a check next to it. But I'm a big, big believer. I wanted him bad. We got him. I spoke about him numerous times before the draft and videos. I would go get Matt Judon. He's 31, right? A little older. Some veteran leadership on that D-line to go along with BG, farewell tour. He's 31. You trade a 3rd or 4th round pick to the Patriots. I don't know what, I got to check his deal. I don't know if this is his last year or he has 2 years left. 2 years is perfect if he has. But Judon, 3-4 look, Jordan Davis, the nose tackle, Judon, Devin White, Zach Bond, Julian Okwara / Jalix Hunt, like linebackers that pass rush. Like Judon can drop back occasionally, but he still want to rush the passer in a stand-up joker position. I mean, I would love Judon would just like, I would love it. And again, it's not no exact rumors. Well, the speculation was this. The Patriots in their situation could be looking to get something for him. They're in rebuild mode. They're in big, big, big rebuild mode. So the speculation was, let's look around the NFC, because if the Patriots trade him, they don't want him staying in the AFC. Like when you trade your number 1 defensive player, you try to get him out the conference. So the article's saying, who in the NFC could use a pass rusher? Who in the NFC is a contender? And who in the NFC got money in the bank? Shawty, what you drank? Big Pimpin' and the Eagles. Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles. And who's bold enough to make that type of move? The Eagles. Who might have been waiting to see if we get hit with a 3rd or 4th or 5th round pick and tampering allegations? The Philadelphia Eagles. Who didn't get hit with tampering allegations? Not the Atlanta Falcons, but the Philadelphia Eagles. So all I'm saying is, around the corner, end of June, end of July, early August, you're going to hear, da-na-na, na-na-na. Eagles just trade for this linebacker, or Eagles just trade for this pass rusher. Then what I want y'all to do is to wait a little bit. And guess what happens? My notification gang will get a ding, a little ding. See, when you got that notification bell hit, when Philly Mike uploads or go live, it's like I'm sending you a text message. Instead of giving me your phone number so I can text you, yo, I'm about to go live, you get a little ding come through and we can celebrate a big time signing because I think it's coming. Not this week, not next week. From start of July to the first week in August. Linebacker or pass rusher. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I really feel it. Big Fish, Little Boat. My guy been rocking with the channel for a long time. Love the name. $2 super chat. What up, G? Just showing love. Hey, man. Had some epic comments through the 2022 season when we were doing the dang thing. Things fell off in 2023. Glad you're back. And I can't wait to get to the real deal Holyfield stuff. Got some call-ins coming up. Y'all call in. Big Fish, Little Boat. Definitely got to hear from you on a call-in for sure. Manuel said, I think we got enough pass rushers. Just time for them to step up. You're right. Like, that's not me saying if we don't make a move there. Oh, no. Bryce Huff. 3-year, $50 million, man. You signed the same type of contract that Hassan Reddick signed. What did Hassan Reddick come over here and do? 27 sacks. Now, I'm not saying you got to do that, but you came from a New York Jets football team that had a lot of pass rushers. So you were only allowed to be on the field for 47% of the snaps. Also got to get better in run defense. That being said, 10 sacks, 47% of the snaps is amazing. Pass rush, number one in pressure rate. You pair him up with a Josh Sweat, a rotating Nolan Smith, and a farewell tour of BG. I like it. BG gonna come and give us BG's giving us 8 sacks this season, at least. 8 sacks on the farewell tour. Nolan's coming in with a solid no less than 7. Nolan's having no less than 7. BG's gonna give me 8. Nolan's having no less than 6. Let's say that. Nolan, no less than 6. If his role continues to increase, I move it up. A 6+ for Nolan. 8. You know what? I don't know. But I think by week 4, 5, 6, Nolan is getting he's splitting time, not just with Huff, moving over. Some with Sweat spot, some Huff spot, some off the off-ball linebacker spot. Off-ball linebacker Nolan Smith rushing the passer. Sign me up. Off-ball linebacker Nolan Smith rushing the passer. Sign me up. I'll take it for sure. Oh, about to click. I agree with Joe. The defensive end has to keep them guessing a little bit. We've been live for an hour and 3 minutes. Shoo! See how fast an hour goes when I'm just chopping it up with Eagle fam? That's what we do here. The conversation pretty much goes, look, we start this out. I ramble on for about 10 to 15 minutes on some of the topics I want to talk about, but I only have topics for 10 to 15 minutes. And then the conversation goes where the chat takes it. Now, you guys can take me somewhere and I can, scoot it back over here, scoot it back over there, but the conversation goes where y'all take it. Good, bad, ugly, sad. We got our own Adam Schefter coming here and break the Trevor Lawrence. It wasn't Adam Schefter, my guy Philly Laz. But y'all know what I mean. An hour and 4 minutes, 305 people in the chat. Listen, again, hit the like button if you haven't done it. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell because we will be dropping videos left and right. We have some breakdown film studies to do. We got some comparison videos. 53-man roster predictions, all that coming up live and recorded. YouTube shorts as well. If you're just getting in here, watch this back on the replay. Appreciate y'all. He said, my first live, this was dope. Hey, shout out to my guy, marketing nutritionist. Nutrition. I'm horrible at reading. But shout out to my guy. And I'm gonna get back to you on IG too about the first thing you hit me up on. You know what I mean? Appreciate the love and support. You've been showing love on every video. My guy marketing is on every single video with a comment. Must have that notification bell hit. Appreciate it. Joe said, got to give these young players a little time to grow. I totally agree. Some may wind up being bust, but they need some time to shine or not. I'm with you there. Nolan hasn't had any playing time. Yes, you cannot judge Nolan Smith off last year. The dude played 16% of the snaps, 16, and still had a sack. He was one of the guys who showed up in the Tampa Bay game, right? Dude had played 16% of the snaps all year. In the playoff game, he had 16 snaps alone and had a half a sack, like 4 tackles. Like, he was showing up when the game really mattered, although we got beat. All that being said, if Nolan Smith does not wow you guys this year, then Philly Mike will shave his head. I do got hair up there. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. We will figure out a certain legit bet or something. Because I'm telling you, I'm a believer, and Nolan Smith is going to wow some people who closed the door on him just because he couldn't get on the field when you had Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat, BG, and company. I'm a big believer in Nolan Smith. Bryce Huff's going to turn up. Josh Sweat got extended for a reason. Hey, you're going to be bald as, hey, Tabasco. And he not a believer, I guess. Once again, shout out to y'all. If y'all just tuning in, watch this on the rerun. Tomorrow's video should be out around 2 or 3. Remember, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern time, or 3 p.m. Eastern time. At the latest, 4 p.m. Eastern time, but it's a banger. Some of the stuff I wanted to talk about today that I didn't get to in here on purpose. I was hoping that none of y'all took me that way. And who knows what happens. Until next time. Oh, let me just mention this too. Shout out to Tone H. Milton Williams is another underrated guy who's about to have a big year. Because if we do play a lot of 3-4 defense, if we do play a lot of 5-man fronts, that's not just 2 D tackles on the field. In 5-man fronts, you have 3 D tackles on the field. Who's our top 3 D tackles? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Milton Williams. We'll rotate, and we'll have 2 D tackles on the field sometimes, but we're going to have 3 of them on the field sometimes with hangers, with blitz and linebackers. Devin White said he want to blitz. It's coming. The other nose tackle, we signed a dude from the Broncos last year, and Marlon T can play nose. Marlon T can play nose when we signed a guy from the Broncos last year. And again, we're going to be in multiple. We're going to be, we always talked about multiple under Gannon and decide, but we weren't really multiple. We won't need a nose tackle every single down, but Davis will play nose, true nose this year. And we do have Marlon T can play it. And I forgot the guy from the Broncos we signed. So we'll see where he lands. I'm awake, said channel's fire. Let's get them likes up. You already know. Sub to the channel. Eagle Flyer said, Philly Mike, I've been going through some real life lately and now starting to catch back up. I'll be here a lot more. Hey, Brian. Eagles Flyer, the lucky one. Prayers with you. Prayers with your family or whatever's going on. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes real life keep you away from YouTube. Never put Philly Mike over the important stuff. I'm just a dude talking Eagles. I love talking to y'all about it. But sometimes you got to, put that extra shift in, go out the extra way. Now, sometimes you can just hit play and listen to me in the background too, you know what I'm saying? But nah, prayers and love to all y'all, families and well-being. Sometimes you got to, you got to do what you got to do. Philly Mike's been there, done that, still doing it. 3 kids, a wife. I might be having a great time when I'm on here. And listen, my family is blessed, but everybody goes through something. You know what I mean? So, blessings to all y'all. Much love and respect. Love your work ethic, bro. You keep me informed of what's going on in our birds. Much respect. Hey, always. If I can't go live, I like to do a video. Can't do a video, I like to go live. And sometimes I'm going to be dropping a lot more YouTube shorts. We're going to get creative with the YouTube shorts. So if you don't have the short, if you don't watch YouTube shorts, I don't blame you. I try to stay away from them because you'll be just scrolling. But check out some of my YouTube shorts. We've dropped some. Some will be from the channel and some will be new ones. But we just trying to keep y'all informed, and I love talking birds. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, I need this to be my full-time gig, you know? Until next time, hour and 10 minutes, go rewatch it if you just get in here. Eagles, a lot of hard decisions, but that's a good thing. Saquon, we beat the case, no tampering, all things pointing to success for the 2024 season. I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Y'all been talking about, where's the intro? Where's the intro? Y'all can hear it real quick on the outro. We are out.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Yeah, this is Philly Talk.